And here we are. Oh, I forgot to launch Discord. Whoops. Well, let me just check my blue sky. See if it actually started. Why does my computer seem to just act up now? Every single time, it just loves to just lag. Okay, here we are. Time for Final Fantasy XIV. And we're doing the patches. Speaking of which, I have to patch a few things when I'm done with this stream today. Oh, company actions were being activated. It's been a while since we last heard that one. As you can see, I've made a little casual glam for my wall. Also, I checked. Yes, short. Apparently, Tataru has a mission for us. Also, this is instanced somehow. Newfound adventure. Tataru is putting on a pot of tea, and it looks in need of company. Kene'zi, how lovely to see you. If you're not in too much of a rush. Yeah, I know. I was in a rush. I was about to make a pot of tea. Would you like a cup? I would be most delighted. Take a seat then. I'll find us something to nibble on as well. Oh! Cookies, muffins. And here we have the banter.
It's so much quieter these days without everyone around.
And now it's spoken.
Not that I'm pining for your return, you understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
I spent the last week resting.
Meanwhile, I'm left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it.
Your hobbies.
What about you?
Business.
Any plans for the immediate future?
I'm I'm still mulling it over.
I hope you weren't thinking of asking me for advice. Though if you are open to suggestions, I might have one for you. You've fought bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Tataru. You're right. Who knows what mysteries are still waiting to be uncovered?
Oh, that's the spirit. I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly. Now, all you need is a destination. If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavnair. That's where you should go next.
Oh, what's the scoop?
I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzat the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
Tell me, have you been to the ruins beneath the waters of the Bounty?
Oh yeah, that was actually...
As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh yeah, Mitselk actually set that one up. Gave us the alley-oop on that one.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world.
Oh, it's good to be back, Tataru.
In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress.
Oh?
Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Do you need my measurements? Make sure it has pockets. There we go. Weaver time.
Stitching here and trimming there.
Not the threads with love and care.
Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement. I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims.
Tataru is enjoying the life. Enjoying being a crafter.
Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across.
Dink, dink, dink.
Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
Uh-oh. Oh no, having a nightmare. Nightmare. is this? Newfound adventure. Oh. Roll credits on this patch. That was the title already. What? Ooh. Oh.
Ah, you're
Tataru.
awake.
Tataru.
My apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
God's sakes, you sound like what
You seem awfully cheerful. Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Oh? As long as I don't have to deal with Rowena again. Oh. Tataru? Observe as the artiste refines her piece into a masterpiece. And no napping this time. I only need a moment. You'll see. Oh, I missed the line. Little more room in the shoulders. Open up the cuffs. Final adjustment to the hem. All done. Let's see how it looks on the mannequin. What do you think? Doesn't it just scream ready for a bold new adventure? No capes. So glad you approve. So, what do I owe you? Don't be silly. Your approval is payment enough. If you really want to thank me, though, all I ask is you wear this on your travels. Or anywhere where lots of adventurers might gather. Then they look at you, a famous hero, and wonder, wherever did she purchase those stylish yet practical garments? And before you know it, hordes of new customers will be climbing over each other to place orders at Taru's boutique. I can hear it now. The merry clink clink of gill overflowing from my coffer. Sweet music to my ears. Oh, that's adorable. That is honestly fantastic. Oh. Burgeoning merchant to Empire Society, you must be excited to start a fresh chapter of your life. New places to go, new people to meet. I often wonder how you remember all your experiences and exploits without taking at least a few notes. Oh, maybe you should start doing just that. You never know when some odd past detail might become relevant, or if one day he'll take a blow to the head and forget the better part of the past decade. Something to keep in mind in any case. Collection expanded, the unending codex. Yep, that's plot. The Unending Codex is now available under Collection in the Duty section of the main menu. New entries for prominent terms and characters will be added to the Codex as you progress through the main scenario quests. Well, first to equip the... First to put the stuff into my glamour dresser. Or the armoire. I'm not sure where it's supposed to go. Yo, did I just do a slide? Oh, it's an outfit glamour. Wayfarer, Wayfarer, Wayfarer. Where is the Wayfarer set? Wayfarer's tabard. Outfits. Oh, it's actually... The boots are entirely separate. Are still free choice. Wayfarer. Of course, the woolen beret, but that will be hidden for most of the adventure. Dye. I'm gonna dye this with my favorite dyes. Back to Mordona. Back to Mordona for the next quest. Bountiful Ruins. Tataru has some advice to share with you. Lunar Envoy's weapon coffer, item level 630. As the former receptionist and sometimes intelligence gatherer at the Scions, allow me to offer you a word of advice. Do not expect juicy rumors to simply fall into your lap. Adventurers rely on gossip, and the best places to pick up information are taverns and markets. At present, you only have a broad destination in mind. When you arrive in Favner, I suggest you explore your options at Merids Mayan, the finest drinking establishment in Radzatan. Charm the employees, and they'll not only point you in the direction of local tale tellers, but they'll also share with you the tricks of loosening their tongues. Now, I really must be getting back to running my boutique. Enjoy the journey, Kene'zi, and may fair fortune find you. Ilsabad Radzatan. Ba-ba-da. Welcome to Merids Mayan. Ah, hello, I didn't recognize you at first. Are you here alone, or let me find you a table? Actually, I was wondering if you knew anything about any ruins beneath the bounty. Would you be speaking of the sunken treasure vault? We have one regular, a historian in fact, who could tell you all about it. There he is, Professor Charlene. I thought I saw him come in. Although a somewhat private sort, the professor is quick to befriend those who share his fondness for the Mayan's unique beverages. Offer him any drink from our selection, and he should happily share everything he knows about the vault you seek, and a few other odd bits besides. Whatever you buy from him is on the house, by the way. Marie found out I took a coin from Favner's savior. She would have me scrubbing pots for a week. Dancers? Yes? The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Yes, I will go speak with Jolene. What may I do for you, my Eosian friend? Oh, just a friendly chat. Care for a drink? Well, I wouldn't say no to a drink freely offered. Here we are, one of Marine's finest. Enjoy. Ah, lovely. Bottoms up. Jolene empties the cup in a single pull. I didn't ask you to chug. I was very kind of you, miss, but I know when I'm being softened up. What is it you want from me? Actually, I wanted to learn about the ruins beneath the bounty. Oh, chasing down that old tale, are you? It does seem to appear to the adventurous at heart. Now, where to begin? Might I assume you've heard of Alzadar? He was Khan of the Ari tribe, which sailed to Favner from the mainland, and a key figure in the history of Radzatan. His decision to aid the Arkasodara was what ultimately won them the war against the Gajasura, thus allowing our predecessors to lay the foundation for this thriving city-state. The truly fascinating stories, however, concern his grandson, Alzadal III, who was known for his deeds as satrap in Radzatan's earlier days. Some attest that this man traveled to another world entirely, and returned with glittering riches. Others that he brokered an alliance with a certain worm of the first brood. Then there is the tale of the sunken vault, the one you seem most curious about. According to this legend, Alzadal III claimed a small island somewhere in the middle of the bounty. There he built a structure reaching clear to the bottom of the sea, a deep and secret storehouse, and locked all his worldly wealth within. In the centuries since, whenever a natural disaster or hardship befell Radzatan, some folk will remember that tale of hidden treasure. Hardy souls would set out to claim their fortune, but precious few ever made it home. Would you care to hear more? Apology. I have a slight tickle in... Oh, my cup appears to be empty. Milil, another round for the professor. Ah, I see we've reached an understanding. You're a sharp one, adventurer. We're gonna feed him drunk. Another for the professor. Oh ho ho! Today was a splendid day to visit the Mayan. Jalene gulps down his newest drink with gusto. Where were we? Yes, those who did return from seeking the treasure flatly refused to speak of what they saw. Did this discourage others? Nay, quite the opposite. Such accounts only served to feed the legend, and the golden lure grew stronger than ever before. That reminds me of something Azama was saying. Azama's a fellow connoisseur of spiritual portables. Yes, he is. Anyway, well, he was saying that one of his acquaintances went after the treasure himself. Hasn't been seen since he set sail, I hear, but he did have... no, I can't say more. You seem a generous sort. What kind of man would I be to encourage what is clearly a foolhardy quest? If my words sent you to your death, I could never live with myself. I'm no stranger to peril. Is that so? Perhaps it's your turn to tell a tale then. What manner of dangers have you faced? Very edge of existence. For many who knows I struggle to live it, but I recognize you now. You're the hero of the final days. A drink. I need another drink to settle my nerves. A little more of the same, if you please. As you wish, but this one is on your coin, Professor. Jalene drains yet another cup. Oh, he's about to pass out. Anyway, you man who you are. I suppose it won't hurt to share a little more. This friend of Azum's. He was desperate to buy a treasure map. One which showed the entrance to off the vault. It seems he could only get it from some merchant. What's his name? I forget. Let's drink a toast to you, my new best friend. Milil, more drinks. Signal for water is water. Cut him off. Your drink, sir. Marvelous, I am parched. He is drunk. Jalene gulps down a cup of water. Stop! That was water. I didn't tell her to bring me water. So that's probably for the best. Very kind of you, really. My aunt will certainly thank you in the morning. I seem to have overindulged. To put in mind, might have lost your son. Be wary of how much of the drink you swallow, lest it swallow you. Forgive me. I will subject you no more of these unseemly antics. I wish to speak with them well. As I said, we share a taste in for the man's fine spirits. He probably came in as we were talking. I wish you fortune in finding your fortune. You appear to have learned all that Jalil has to share regarding the undersea vault. To find more, you'll need to locate a man by the name of Azama. Oh! I haven't heard this one before, I think. Yes, Amazama, and who might you be? Oh, true, I'm afraid. My friend took a ship out in search of Aldazal's legacy, and I have been watching for his sails ever since. Oh! I didn't even realize. Hi! How are you? I'm doing okay, but I was dissuade him, of course, but he refused to listen. All he could talk about was finding that vault. And that look in his eyes. I knew it wasn't common gold or jewels he lusted after. He was hunting Aldazal III's otherworldly hoard. And his ambition would not be denied. I see it in you too. That appetite for the mysterious and the unknown. And I will not attempt to turn you from your path. I know all too well the futility of that endeavor. So I will tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant in the bazaar to give him the rough location of the vault's entrance. This is my first time doing the Endwalker patches, so yeah. As you can see, it's not New Game Plus. Also, I just realized I forgot to turn that. Uh-oh. Docs, original docs sources? Capture cursor. There we go, fixed. So I'll tell you what my friend told me, how he convinced a merchant. Yep, I got that one already. It seems this merchant, one just Shawl, I believe, is selling a map which shows the exact route. But my friend's purse was too light for its exorbitant price. With what meager wealth he had, he instead paid to learn that there are ruins on a small island somewhere in the bounty. And within those ruins hides the path to the vault deep below. If you truly intend on seeking Aldazal's treasure, I suggest you put your affairs in order. I wish things were different, but I do not believe my friend is ever coming home. Don't you realize who you're saying this to? Oh, thanks for the follow. Uh-oh. Cutscene. This screams spoken, but I'm not sure yet. Wait a moment, what's going on there?
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Oh.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name.
1,000,000 gil.
This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III, one of the great satraps of Radzat Han, and a direct descendant of Alzadal Khan.
A map to Alzadal's legacy?
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage.
Let me see.
You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly.
Is this Sean?
This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king boy. Your scrawny-eyed would never return with that treasure alive.
All right, you piece. You're right, piece.
Oh, cruel fate! Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map! Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoards they stand to uncover.
Good job, Trick. Oh, he's an actor. That's to incite a bidding war. Estinian!
What of you, sir? Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
He's with me.
A fortune, you say?
A fortune, you say? Oh, Estinian!
If I had but the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Oh God, here he goes again.
I'll take it. Will this cover the price?
He's about to overpay again. He's about to make a mistake. He made another financial mistake. Kotaru's gonna kill him.
Well met, my friend.
Estinian. I hope Tataru's not gonna kill you this time.
Someone is dressed for adventure. But why Favner of all places? Knowing you, I suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the Bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
Fate shines down upon us.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
Let's see, does he recognize? Does he realize?
And now I've fleeced one of the heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
Oh, we got conned.
This map may or may not be genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
We got conned. You seem eager to be underway.
Lest you misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself.
For that kid.
If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove.
Mad King's trove. Oh yeah.
Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. I suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent. Whether the map leads us to the vault or not.
Portion, at least. But a generous sum, I would say, is required.
You are coming along, yes?
I wouldn't miss it for the world. Shall we split the expenses?
I appreciate the concern, but there's one thing I've learned from my time with the Scions. Is how to better manage my coin purse.
Yeah, because let's be honest, I don't think you would want to
Let's see about securing a vessel.
Yes! Get a ship! Oh no. I don't think the kid was gonna get paid for that. Estinian! He sees your dragoon. You will recall I spoke of visiting Favner at Vietra's request. Well, he finally invited me to a feast. I made this proposal once I was too full of harnished delights to refuse. He wishes me to train the Radiant Host in lance work. But that is a tale for another time. What we need now is a merchant or a trawler with a ship fit for the open seas. Matsya is a fisherman by trade, yes. We should head to Oculi and see if he can help us. I wonder, are the airships back in operation? Yes, yes, they are. Wow, I can actually go to Kagane through Pavnik. Wait, where's the airship ticketer for Kagane anyway? Where's the airship dock for Kagane anyway? Because I don't know. Hingashi, Kugane. Oh, at top of the Nakura. Out to the gate of first sight. Also, wait, there's a. I need to check because the Chocobo Porter. I don't think I haven't seen a Chocobo Porter there before. Oh, below what's in the parents? There's the Chocobo Keep. The font. Okay. You cannot cross that part on foot. Swim now. There we are, Achille. Achille. Where is Justinian? There he is. And he's in armor again too. I'm hoping to hire a ship, of course, rather than buy one. My funds would not stretch quite that far. Ah, Matsya. Good to see you again, my friend. My friends, what brings you to our humble village? Actually, we were looking to hire a ship. We wish to go to an island in the Bounty. So you need a seaworthy vessel to seek these ruins. Considering it was your deeds which allowed us to return to fishing, I should think everyone would be glad for a chance to repay the favor. Wait here, I will have a boat Stockton ready for you in no time at all. Oh, hey, the kid's been following us. Have you noticed our little shadow? He's been following us since we left the city. We see you there, boy. Show yourself. Ah, it is you. Do you know how far out of our way we walked so you'd not cross ponds with some wild beast? I'm sorry, sir. Aren't you the heroes who saved Favner? You are. I know you are. Oh, oops, I skipped the line. God, and cheated you. I work with Zashal, you see, the map merchant. It's my job to pay the pleading orphan and convince the crowd his wares are worth the price he asks. ashamed of what I've done. I beg for your forgiveness. If not for you, my sister and I would never, well, we'd be... Enough. I knew your game, and I paid the price willingly. A fortunate purchase, as it turns out, for my friend here was seeking those very ruins. You are the kind to overlook the wrong I have done you, but there is more you need to know. The map you bought is very real, and as is the island it shows. I overheard the Scions selling the information to another customer. He told the man where he needed to search, about the ruins, about the vault, about everything. Then the man set out to find his fortune, never to return. You cannot go alone to that place. You should have more friends with you, maybe even a whole army. I do not doubt the ruins hold danger, but I assure you, between the two of us there is little we cannot overcome. Please, look better of... Ah. Seri decided to go ahead and smack someone with a ban again. I should have brought up the... Wait, why is that? Oh. Also, I am gonna go ahead and do... Wait, do I actually need to go into my channel for that? Yes, I do. I'm gonna do the... I'm gonna do the little thing that's in the title. I'm gonna go ahead and gift free subs. Because I want that mount. I want the mount too. Boom. Congratulations, you got yourself some. Free. Copy, redeem, go into the... into Mog Station. I need to also go ahead and punch in my 2FA code. Registration codes, enter item code, go ahead and shift V, win V, boom. Next. And I'll deliver to Kene'zi. Next. There we go. We could invite our comrades. That we could. And assuming we do find this treasure hoard, it may prove wise to have more hands along for the carrying. Any ideas on whom to approach? The Scions have scattered far and wide since our last gathering. Vanguard and Urianger. Vanguard and Urianger, eh? Those two would answer our call, certainly, but they left the Rising Stones with a definite task in mind. and I am loath to interrupt their self-appointed mission. Graha and Kryl. Aye, Kryl may have her hands full on rebuilding the students, but if you reach out to Graha, he would certainly leap at the invitation. Will that set your mind at ease? Strong and wise. What's your name, boy? Mirad, sir. Well, Mirad, your life is yours to live as you will. But I suggest you find a more honest trade if you truly wish to keep your sister safe. I'm not proud of what I do. What choice do I have? We need to eat, and everyone's too busy rebuilding their own lives to bother with two grubby orphans. Wait, boy. I didn't take this roundabout road just to see you end up in some creature's belly. Let me walk you back to the city gates. Thank you, sir. Call me Estinian. Well. Bountiful ruins. Mirad. Estinian is... I think he's not as gruff as he makes out to be. Friends for the road. Estinian is ready to escort Mirad to safety. They use their coffee. And that just adds the lunar and envoy stilettos. Character, recommended gear. Nope, it's still not good enough. Homers, I'll have you know, man. I wish you could decide the goal first. I shall leave you to recruit Graha. He'll appreciate the invitation that much more, I'm sure. As I recall, he was based at the Annex. Somewhere there ought to be able to point you in the right direction. Let us be off too, Mirad. Do me a favor and don't stray from the path. You know what I need to do now. To Charlian. There is plenty of nerds in Charlian who desperately need to be shoved into lockers. By the way, we'll need to talk to this guy for tomorrow. And there's the item I was at. I just got. Where is the... Oh, the post moves down by the docks, I remember. Look what we have here. A new letter has just arrived for you, Kupo. There we go. Now let me just go ahead and go to my minion guide. And I'm gonna unlock my hotbar real quick so I can... Oh wait, I don't need I don't need to go into my minions. I need to go into my mounts. There we go. Alsvid. Ojika Tsunjika. Look who it is! Welcome back, Kene'zi. What might the students do for you? Actually, I was looking for Graha. Graha? Yes, he's in the main hall with Mistress Kryl. They've been holed up in there for days. By all means, go and give them an excuse to take a break. Graha? Kryl?
Ah, Ojika, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
Hello there, you two.
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
You admit it, you missed me. How's the restoration of the students coming along?
Slow and steady. Raha and I have been compiling old records of the students' activities.
Oh.
We were able to locate several accounts in the archives of Numenon, but the bulk of our documents was lost along with the Isle of Fowl.
Eureka's.
But what brings you to the Annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
Actually, I'm here to ask for your help. Surely you won't mind.
The treasure vault of Alzadal III.
Yeah, Alzadal III.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition.
Mm-hmm.
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which, I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
What sort of assistance do you need, Kryl? What's the subject? Uh-oh, Graha's gripping. Uh-oh, he's excited. He's excited.
Then again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned.
He is holding back all the excitement he can.
You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
And this is how I figured out. Mikote can't bluff for shit.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well, I guess we're off on another adventure already. Have you asked anyone else to come along? Then might I suggest we invite your Stola?
Oh.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Gooble Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift.
So she can go see
It would
Rudolph.
seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenon.
Oh, don't.
Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Oh, wait, I think I've seen the upcoming cutscene.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
This is going to be adorable.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger.
But that would also bring Thancred along.
He sent the students a request for materials, you see. treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like.
Oh, what a coincidence.
From what I can gather, the Loperites wish to build their own vault for the people of Atheris to explore, and are looking for inspiration to help make it a memorable experience.
Oh.
So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes.
Well, we're getting
If
Frank in for the
our
ride as
expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
To the library. And the cape hangs too low for the tail to split it. Oh, look, there's pudding way. See, there's dialogue from... I guess my pudding wasn't needed to stop the final days after all. But I persevere. Once people taste it, they'll be even happier than they were before the apocalypse started. I just know it. Oh, there's Stola. Oh, she's dozed off. Well, she wasn't hard to find at least. Go. I needed to get that one committed to memory. And it's time for me to hide this because this is a very important scene.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
And that's where Shush comes in.
Close my eyes for one moment. Ow! How long have you two been here?
We didn't want to wake you.
Nor did I want to fall asleep. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me. As you know, I've been researching ways to travel from the source to one of its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Indeed. Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Actually, we were going on an expedition. Would you care to join?
Alzadal is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Achiali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
And there we go. Oh. 3, 4. Graha, of course. Trial, of course. Yushtola. Heidelin. All the start is she who has long kept Iferis turning. Down to Labyrinthos. And because of that, I can now show off the new mount that you can get by gifting free subs to someone. That you can get through free subs or gift subs through on Twitch. The channel's playing Final Fantasy XIV. It's a fun incentive, to be honest. And it's another horse. It's another hunt. Oh, whoops. And there is the gang. Where is Thancred? Wait. I visited Labyrinthos on several occasions recently, but I've not set foot in Famazane since the day we boarded the Ragnarok. I don't see Thancred anywhere. Was he not supposed to be traveling with Oriange? Uh-oh.
Ah, our illustrious champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Wasn't Thancred with you?
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning ere long.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loperites had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loperites now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts.
Oh no, cosmic exploration!
Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon. So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation. But what of you, my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our...
Oops.
Aye. Though I cherish the Scions' accomplishments.
So actions were not impelled by fate or desperation.
Have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
You're not a bard, you're a gunbreaker.
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
How was your pilgrimage?
Having an astrologian beside you on the road is surprisingly convenient. And it doesn't hurt that he's making strides with his light-hearted banter.
Uh-oh, ads.
In any case, as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather? Beneath the waters of the Bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have a Stinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I?
Nope.
In all seriousness, it is best I sit this one out. Too many former Scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations.
We'll keep you informed.
Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Well, that's the end of that cutscene, and it unfortunately did mean we had to run through the ad. We had to run it through the ads. Yes, I'll be returning topside. I wonder if the rostrum is, if there's something going on in the rostrum. Nope, nothing at all. Oh, it's snowing. Levier philanthropy. Oh, that's custom deliveries. I cannot go ahead and... Island Sanctuary. Should go ahead and pick that one up later. Yes, I want to take the teleport to Favnair, please. Friends for the road. Speak with Estinian and Akili. Dive? Look at that, there's everyone. Matsya, Estinian, Orianje, Yashtola, and Graha. I will pray to Sandurova for a safe return. May the wealth of her blessings guide you to the treasure you seek. In my travels, I spied many a child wandering alone. Orphans, in all likelihood. Their homes raised by beasts and blasphemies can be rebuilt. The void left by those we have lost cannot so easily be filled. Just imagine the possibilities. Ah, the thrill of imminent adventure. I never tire of this feeling. I send you to recruit Graha and you return with an entire survey party. I hope Matcha's boat is sturdy enough to carry us all. I go American with him for some reason. What he means is we are grateful for the use of one of your precious fishing vessels. We are more than glad for the chance to provide it. I ask only that you take care to steer clear of the reefs and the shallows there. Aye, we'll keep an eye out. I'll take the Alagon Silver. Ozadal's Legacy. Despite his misgivings, I wager Mirad remains in that merchant's employ. Ozadal's Legacy. Y'shtola is intrigued by the legend of Ozadal III. Cutscene. Ozadal III. I confess I am... Oh, this is a non-spoken cutscene, so I'll go ahead and make myself not completely opaque. I confess I'm somewhat embarrassed by the tale of his journey. That the tale of his journey to another world escaped my notice. Could it be more than simple folklore? And what of the treasury supposedly brought back? This undersea vault may hold relics from another reflection. My friends, we should temper our expectations. The map doth promise ruins, but beyond that we know not what we will find. Not until we find it, aye. So let us dispense with the conjecture and set sail for the vault. Alzadal's Legacy, now accessible. Okay. Also enjoy the ad-free viewing. I could do this with NPCs though.
I stand ever ready.
Victory will be ours!
Our fates are not yet sealed.
Right then.
Victory will be ours!
Time to play Borderlands 14. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi. So, you want to play Borderlands 14?
I don't know. I'll give you a hand with it. Fun dungeon.
It's a fun dungeon.
Unless you don't want.
You know what?
Unless you don't want help.
Okay, I'll just. Can you make it out to the entry point, or do I need to go ahead and send a message?
You're playing Ninja. Okay.
Oh, let's see, Amanda's also coming in. I guess. We have both.
I will be with you momentarily. Leave it up here.
What?
You said head to over to you, right?
Yeah, over to Achille.
Oh, sorry, I was going to the wrong dungeon entrance.
Yeah. I shouldn't be crushing the fish. But yeah, it's a fishing boat. I expected Y'shtola and Graha to be a bit more excited. Hmm?
I was going to the absolute wrong dungeon entrance.
Alzadal's Legacy. That's the dungeon we'll be running.
Yeah, I was heading towards the Tower of Zot. Or the...
Oh, you're...
the Tower of Zot.
You're much further along the coast.
Yeah.
You were way up the coast there. I think I see you. Oh, you got... you got one horse.
Right, there you are.
I got a new horse.
Yeah, I got that one too.
Okay, let me just.
I just have to find it. There we go.
Invite.
Yeah, I have rainbow horse as well.
Let me just send a message. Need 1 deeps, 1 heal. Or. There. Shadow, bro. Wait, did I just... Whoa. Fall into the water here. Jump into... Jump on... For me, I go completely under the ground.
Yeah, I go part underground too. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Where is... Oh, there's an A-rank hunt train going on. Wait, why are... Wait, does the... Let me just pull up my party viewer. Oh, summoners.
Yeah, we'll need a healer. Or a tank, I can play healer. Doesn't matter.
There's a hunt train going on. Wait, can you confirm it to me? I swear there was... I'm guessing there's something funny coming up as well. Also, we caught Y'shtola napping.
Yeah, I saw.
That's a very cute barding.
You get that barding from doing the private island.
Oh, Island Sanctuary.
Yeah. We go. Looks like you need to use your bird a little more.
Yeah, I need to use my bird a little more. I'm looking forward to when you can actually do it. I love how you can hear it whistle. I love the sounds your companion makes.
In all honesty, though, tank mode doesn't work that well. Because it just can't hold threat. Yeah, it can't hold threat.
It literally cannot hold enmity.
Nope.
I hate the way it's called. I'm just calling it aggro from here on out.
I use the WoW term of threat. The DPS mode, it's supplemental DPS.
Healer
so you add
mode
some
is-
DPS. Healer mode is probably the most useful mode.
Especially when playing solo.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, that is probably the best mode to be using the damn thing.
And of course, your
Amanda's
chocobo
asking.
Wait.
Amanda says, "Need me for the dungeon?"
Yes. Oh, that automatically withdrew us.
Yep.
Duty finder, and I'll select.
We will need somebody to switch. Will have to be either healer or DPS. Unless
we've
Amanda
got-
wants to heal as a red mage.
Amanda's playing. Oh yeah, now you mentioned it. It means-
Now she's a sage. Perfect.
Ah, perfect. Let's roll. Gotta love it with the preformed party. You insta-pop. Oh, slash. Both. Welcome to Ulzadal's Legacy. Of course there's traps. Onwards. Whoa, a bridge out of nowhere. dig. One side. Both sides. Got it. Well. Big wing. Loot. Assault encrusted teleporter. That ain't a teleporter. That's literally just a ring. Glyph of passage detected, confirming bearer's identity. Proceed no further. Whoops. Show me. Put all the 14. Arrive at the threshold of the bounty. Turn back to seek your treasure, or this vault will be your tomb. Limit cut. No way, that ain't limit cut. I may have just cooked myself. Articulated bits. Your greed will prove your undoing. All the dolls gone. Slay the looters. Look at that. I love how we're just burning it down. There be treasure. Mimics. Why must it be mimics? Of course there's mimics. Whoa. A robot with a lot of textiles.
Hope you're ready to go for a spin.
Thanks for the red, thanks for the heal. Copy cool. Warning. This vault is under my protection. Billowing bolt. Bolts and then bolts of four. Spin and fumble. Stumble. Oh! Uh-oh. Oh, this is... Oh, they reused this mechanic specifically for the Fall Guys event. How did I know this? Willful trespass confirmed. You have chosen death. What in... Wow! Dead. I got all the final loot then. Oh look, there's the gang. What did I get? Striking, exactly the stuff I do. Very useful right now. We found all the treasure then. What's this place? Raha. At first I'll talk to Rianje. A fitting sentence. A hidden room within a hidden vault. Cutscene. Oh.
What have we here?
It is not unlike a harnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Undo the bolts.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Varshan!
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our union. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away.
I wasn't going to touch it, but you know you stole her.
You and I will speak later.
Not the time for frivolity, my friend. Not the time.
This something of which thou speakest, might it be some manner of threat?
I had to.
Perhaps I should simply show you.
Yeah. I played a little too close to the sun there.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
No wonder. Can such a tiny portal truly be so dangerous? I came here in search of something that might further my research. I did not anticipate a fully functioning void gate. Even in the learned halls of Charlie, 'tis forbidden to throw wide the gates to the abyss. The peril is far too great. I expect you to have more questions. Void gates and fissures are very much the same thing in practice, in the sense that both allow passage between the source and the 13th. The difference in terminology refers to the circumstances of their creation. A fissure is an incidental tear in the fabric between worlds. A void gate is the product of deliberate action. I suspect this is the latter, judging by the elaborate mechanism put in place to control it. To think that our search for material riches would lead to this priceless discovery. That swirling emptiness. It puts me in mind of old friends, not to mention old foes. Uh-oh. Don't tell... You may now enter Alzadal's legacy with a party of NPC avatars. To make use of this feature, open the Trust interface located under Duty in the main menu. Y'shtola, a brother's grief. Your Stola is appraising the Void Gate of a scholarly eye.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a Void Gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell
Dragon
that
Soul.
tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
From Syria and long ago.
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Merasidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities. In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared. I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble.
Diving into the rift.
She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength. I tried to follow in her wake, determined to lend what aid I could. But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
No wonder. You were reading
That does
Alagon
not
history.
surprise me. To Alagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate a dragon forever lost.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzat Han was founded, though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift. It was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural plainer fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through.
Not long ago, you told us that you called out to your kin, that Ashdaya's answer was silence. I suspect the conclusion to your tale is not a joyful one.
With hope in my heart, I used the simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of void scent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Razat Han and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy sibling scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
Oh, yeah. I thought our time had come.
As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed the void's corruption to enter his body and twist his ether?
Yeah, he turned purple.
Had it been allowed to progress much longer, I presume he would have been fully transformed.
Then there is little hope for Ashdaya.
Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. The scales of the First Brood are extraordinarily resistant to ethereal fluctuations. They are the protective talisman's core components after all, and even the corruption I described would struggle to overcome.
Oh, no.
Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection.
Uh-oh.
So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course. I wish only to forget the rest.
Oh, I think Y'shtola has an idea. Millennia have passed since I last saw her, but I see Ashdaya in memory still, clear and vivid. The 13th? What chaos must consume that world? Vitra's grief for a lost sibling will be no mystery to Estinian. His had been a life entwined with sorrow, even before he became host to Nidhogg's essence. I wondered how one of the first brood could simply vanish and leave, leaving no trace of her passage. Now I have my answer. So they managed not only to expand the fissure, but also manipulate it as one mighty gate. Astonishing. Is there any chance I could learn more of how this feat was accomplished? I will tell you what I can. First, however, I must return to the High Crucible and arrange to replace the Guardian you so handily destroyed. It will not do to leave the gate undefended. My apologies. We were perhaps a touch zealous in our rush to uncover the vault's secrets. If the construct can be repaired, we would be happy to offer our assistance. That will not be necessary. Much as I retain spare vessels for myself, we keep duplicate Guardians on hand for such eventualities. In any case, we should return to Radzat Han. And I'll run the ads now. Well. And that is fun. How do you do? Oh. I hit the wall. That and glamour. Look at that! It's quite a gathering. To what do we owe the pleasure? It was a most enjoyable expedition, for which I'm grateful. As for my evaluation, I shall impress upon the lockers that the treasure vault is incomplete without daunting sentinels to test the mettle of any would-be intruders. Retro speaks of Ashdaya as a lost cause, but I wager he feels differently in his heart of hearts. There's much about the Void Gate that I cannot even begin to explain. I must convince Retro to share everything he knows. While I'm loath to keep quiet waiting much longer, I cannot bring myself to leave before hearing more of Vitra's tale. Well, I promise we will discuss the Void Gate further, but first I must attend to the matter of the Vault Sentinels. As your instruments have no doubt informed you, the Capicolo has been reduced to so much scrap. Please bring a new one out of storage and see that it is conveyed to the its post along with some few lesser constructs. Was it tomb robbers? Fiends born at the Tower of Zot? Sister, do not tell me of blasphemy yet roams free. I fear it was us. We were doing research. And girl was a little too close to the sun. Everyone is immediately uncomfortable. Oh, such guilty faces. Surely it wasn't you who are responsible for this. Oh, the details aren't important. I shall see it done immediately. That the vault will become secure. Will soon be secure once more. Now, I believe you had questions? Quite a few, in fact. But I'd like to begin with the gate itself. It is still functional, yes? Indeed, which is why I saw it sealed with an alchemically forged lock and warded with my magics. Such power must not fall into the wrong hands. In truth, the primary reason for the vault's construction was to keep the gate hidden from the outside world. So much effort for such a little door. That little door you speak of leads to an abyss teeming with unspeakable horrors. That said, in its current state, it would admit only the lowliest of void sense. And from this side, no man would be able to pass through. No man. I should think Alphino would fit, given a firm enough push. Physical size is only one consideration. The true restriction hinges upon the etheric density of the soul in transit. No, not safe, not safe. And yet you succeeded in expanding this diminutive portal and sending your simulacrum to the 13th. Uh-oh. Home Assistant just went offline for a second. Thanks to my brilliant alchemist. I should have destroyed the anomaly when I found it, but instead I bade them devise a means to control it. After much experimentation, they accomplished the impossible. A method was conceived by which my magics could manipulate the fissure and transform it into a serviceable gate. But the process has long since been Australia! Yeah, I think it's even more dangerous in Australia. Thus, the gate lay dormant for years uncounted. Our own passage to the 13th was made relatively simple thanks to the Crystal Tower. An ancient mechanism channeled the tower's vast stores of energy to open a void gate. One bound to a covenant made with the cloud of darkness. Once that sovereign entity was beaten back, however, the covenant was broken, and the doorway severed from its connection to the void. Theoretically, it should be possible to reconnect the gate by forging a new pact with another void sense, but such deals usually end in betrayal and death. In any case, we should attempt to gain an understanding of the Bounty Gate. mayhap you could resume the search for your sister. As I've already explained, I put those futile hopes to rest centuries ago. My place and my duty is here now. It's here now. I meant to ask, what prompted you to search for the vault in the first place? To see if the legends were true. As you've seen, the Fabi's wealth from the stories is quite real, if not its rumored origin. But I'm afraid I must assert a prior claim. I've been adding to that trove for years, little by little. But the time has come to spend it. That I might alleviate my people's suffering. Then we are of one mind. We had no intention of taking it for ourselves. Isn't that right, my friend? Your Excellency, would you object if I were to conduct a closer examination of the gate? I will make no attempt to open it, of course. I owe you and yours a debt that can never be repaid. Whatever boon you ask of me, you shall have it. You are most gracious. I will take full advantage of your permission. Would that I could join thee in thy study. The Loporrits will be anxious to receive my report. I beg my leave of you. And I must be off to Charlene as well. Mistress Crow is eager to speak with you about that request. So please come back to the annex as soon as you are able. Farewell for now. Request. We can discuss my findings once I return. You'll not be rid of me so easily. You may now undertake the Chronicles of a New Era quest series, Myths of the Realm. Speak with a fresh-faced student at the Baldessian Annex to accept the first quest. And there we go, that's the other quest line I was looking for this weekend. The difficult part in all of this will be deciding how best to put these riches to use. Would you lend me your assistance in these deliberations? Anything to make up for the constructs we broke. Then think of your employment as recompense. Serve me as guest advisors and I will consider the broken constructs paid for in full. Kene'zi and I are in this... I don't know, and I'm terrified to ask. So I don't want to know. Meanwhile, elsewhere. Shh! Don't let her hear you! Who's that? I sense the breaching of a gate, but it was not instigated from this side. 'Twas thrown open from the other. I felt it too. felt it too. A rare occurrence, yes, but such a tiny portal is beneath our notice. Yes. There are more pressing matters at hand. Yet an opportunity is upon us, the coming of which we have awaited for nigh on 10,000 years. We dare not let it slip our grasp. Yet we must not underestimate she who bested the cloud of darkness. Even restrained by a covenant, the cloud was no feeble wisp to be dispersed by some flesh and blood mortal. Bah! Let her come. I will drown the woman with this flesh and gasp for breath in our final moments. Chaos, your zeal is admirable. Forget not our cause. Think back on our struggles beneath this sunless sky. Remember why we cede not our will to fight. "'Tis time we set the war in motion and win redemption for our star. Yeah, maybe I should. I do have 6 on PSP and PS Vita. I hope you enjoy the expedition at least. Otherwise, it was a heavy purse to pay for a treasure map leading to a treasure we couldn't keep. Sharing the wealth. Varshan wishes to discuss the distribution of the treasure. Shall we begin? If we are to spend the treasure wisely, then we must first determine which group would benefit most from the monetary assistance. Some of my citizens may find it intimidating to speak with the Satrap directly, so I would ask that you act in my stead. Kene'zi, you are to visit Akeli and Yedlimat. Speak with Matcha and his people and listen to their grievances. Estinian, I bid you do the same at Balaka's stand. I will be conducting my own inquiries at Giant's Go grounds. Once you believe you've ascertained the needs of the populace, then we can reconvene at Megaduta. Okay. First to Akeli. First, I'll teleport to Yedlimat. Oh, Kene'zi, I was so glad to see you had returned unharmed. You're finished with the boat, then? Anything the village desperately needs? I suppose Galzal's loss hit us the hardest. I've been trying to find buyers for my fish, and although I sell a few here and there, it's much more difficult than it was before. Everyone is struggling to rebuild their lives. For now, we're just banding together as best we can. Time to speak with the locals in Yedlimat. Greetings and welcome, traveler. If this is your first visit to Favner, then you must try a special amber lassie. Fleshing zest cannot be beat. Still not turning a profit these days. Times are harsh, my friend. The world no longer be on fire, but they are still sifting through the ashes, so to speak. Sisters, spare me. We might as well have that ugly tower back for a scant few travelers we see. For the scant few travelers we see these days. I barely have the coin to buy at local prices. I'll tell you, if I didn't charge the odd adventurer a small fortune for afternoon tea, I'd be scavenging for scraps in the street. Is anything the matter? How fares the port? Well, it's in shambles, isn't it? The trade routes are open once more out of the dangerous past, certainly. But no small number of merchants have had to sell their ships to make ends meet in the short term. And add to the sailors we lost in the final days. And little wonder the flow of exports is no more than a pitiful trickle. If Calzon's consortium was still with us, I'm sure he'd have found a way to turn our fortunes around. Now that was a man who got things done, God's rest his soul. You've spoken with key local figures and gained an understanding of the populace's hardships. Varshan awaits your report at Megaduta. Back to Rods at Han. Oh yeah, I can just use the A for that. I always forget. It would seem my stint on Vitra's back did not go unnoticed. I couldn't take 2 steps before another Hannish local was thanking me profusely for saving their home. My advisor's return. I just made it back myself. Why do you retain this vessel now that your true form is known? You could have flown across the island in a fraction at the time. Be that as it may, the sight of a massive creature descending from the sky can be startling, to say the least. And there are a few places I can enter comfortably without risk of flattening some cargo stall. Fair enough. As for my inquiries, the people of Palaka's stand were unanimous in their reply. They are surviving. Resources were stretched to the limit when refugees were pouring in, but they persevered with some assistance from Yedlimat. But from what I understand, they have always been in an independent community, hunters and foragers and the like, and I was assured that the jungle provides for their needs, for the most part. Palakistan has weathered the disaster better than most, it seems. I myself heard good news and bad. The quarrymen were cautiously optimistic, having just sold a full wagon of giant's gold to a foreign trader. But such visitors are few and far between. Compared to our best years, the weight of stone leaving Favner has been light indeed. Our nation is small and isolated, its prosperity dependent on a steady stream of exports. We must identify any obstacles to the flow of trade that we might begin working to remove them. Tell me, what did you learn in Alkali and Yedlimat? Actually, they have been hit the hardest. I see, without a dedicated buyer, the average fisherman must struggle to upload his daily catch. Which is why I believe we should first address the lack of ships and shortage of able-bodied sailors in Yedlimat. I am reminded of a child I spied as I made my way back to the palace. His father lost at sea when the beasts sunk their vessel. So many variations of the same tragic tale repeated over and over. So many lives lost. Enough grief to drown in if we let ourselves be overcome. But we will not. Kene'zi, Styrian, I will consider the perspectives you brought me, and devise a plan to help my people confront this adversity. Come, I would like you to be in attendance when I announce the proposal to my assembled functionaries. Oh? Tell me, what's the plan? What's the plan?
I thank you for your attendance.
Oh, it's voiced.
The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadal's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need.
Day of need.
And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Karazal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society.
And we don't want the rogues guild now, do we?
A proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
It takes a village.
Of course. We must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadal's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name.
Why not honor one of your most successful merchants?
A successful merchant? I believe I see thy reasoning. Kal'zal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavnair, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kal'zal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Murad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kal'zal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
One gill. Vitreous warming to his role as satrap. Clearly all those years behind the curtain were not spent napping. Bridging the rift, the veteran Radiant wishes to share his gratitude. Thank you for putting forth Kalzal's name. Those whose lives were he enriched will take comfort in seeing his legacy honored. He will not forgive me for speaking sooner, but I bear a message from Archon Y'shtola. She asked that you meet her at the High Crucible at your earliest convenience. Understood. Thank you. Y'shtola must have finished her study of the Void Gate. Shall we hear what she has to say then? I will go with you. Perfect timing as always. Perfect timing as always. I thought the satrap would be too busy setting up the foundation. My clerks have been well-oiled cogs of this administration since before Achewan assumed the office. They assumed what they understand what needs to be done. And I am curious to learn what conclusions your Archon has reached concerning the gate's unique construction. As you wish, allow me to lead the way, Your Excellency. Dancers. Shall we hear what your scholarly comrade has to say? For one who claims it's too late to save his sister, Vitra seems awfully interested in whatever revelations Y'shtola might have to share. Aye. Oh.
Right, here we all are.
It's spoken.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the walls separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway.
Of course.
Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Then what of the many void sent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact.
Oh.
Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner. Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th. Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
Wait. You said that Voidsent must be called here deliberately by someone in the source, reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Good metaphor.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
No. The danger is too great.
Sean?
Perhaps. But what some call danger others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive, and I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the Cloud of Darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
So much for taking it easy.
Since when were you one for the quiet life? Once again, I put my life in your ever-reliable hands. That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
Oh, your twisting is on there, Y'shtola.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single Void Scent will be allowed to threaten Radzat Han, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daemir was overseeing the project.
Daemir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Well, ain't that a surprise?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daemir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with...
With Grass' favorite place to sneak around.
Indeed. Numenon's restricted stacks may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. I see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
Little Mirad. The connection dipped on my
Let us
end.
be on our way as well.
On the iPhone's Wi-Fi. Surprisingly, only the iPhone's Wi-Fi dipped.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
I'll finish this specific quest. If we are to enter Numenon's restricted archives with a minimum fuss, then we must secure the permission of the Forum. However, we shall need to enlist the cooperation of a member to broach the matter on our behalf. Who do you think will be inclined to assist us? No one springs to mind? What of Scholar Monteshan? He did come to Graha's defense during the inquiry, after all. 'Tis settled. Let us head to Phenomenon and see if he's willing to help us once more. The studio. I apprenticed to Master Matoya at the age of 7 and labored under her tutelage for a full decade. I never had the studium needed a banquet, as I recall. Soon after, Master Louis Swan took him in off the streets. He was put in the care of another Archon. His was a rigorous and practical education in the arts of espionage and survival. I sometimes wonder what my life might have been like had I pursued studies here instead. Should I wonder as well? Oh, never mind me. It was just an idle thought. I could have sassed her, I think. See you at the last stand after the day of lectures? Oh, that does sound lovely. Afternoons with friends. We spend sipping tea and debating theories. Still, I wouldn't give up my time with Master Matoya for the world. Had the dank game I studied in was about as far from the bright, airy halls of academia as one could get. It was wondrous. It was a wondrous, magical childhood nonetheless. Wrong room. Into the classroom we go. Scholar Monteshan. Ah, visitors, and quite esteemed ones at that. What may I do for you? Pray forgive the intrusion, Scholark. But we were hoping you might help us secure permission to enter Numenon's restricted archives. Oh-ho, no further forays into the stacks this time, eh? I applaud this newfound sense of propriety. Yet in all this wide world of comparative serenity, what so compels you to disturb a vault of forbidden wisdom? Fascinating. I had no idea such a technique existed. I would have been surprised if you had. And if my assumption is correct, the research left behind by House Demir has lain dormant in Sharlayan's archives for many centuries. And if you unearth this research, what then? Surely you don't intend to cross over into the void. That is, in fact, precisely what we intend. To what end, pray tell? To develop a method of traversing the rift, for one, that I might keep my word to a distant friend. Sentiment aside, I have journeyed to the end of existence. I have heard, felt, and thought endlessly about the truth of our world and the echo of its future. And yet, I want to understand everything, to unravel it all down to its very last secret. What scholar worthy of the name wouldn't force open a void gate or two if a grand revelation was the promised reward? Marvelous! What an audacious proposal worthy of Master Matoya herself. And after hearing the whys and wherefores, I, for one, do not believe you would use the knowledge for ill. I see no reason to present your request for the forum's consideration. Alright, although your petition would be better received if you also had the support of another well-placed acquaintance. Fortuno. Why, Master Fortuno, of course. He can hardly ignore an earnest request from his dead children's most trusted comrades. I was hesitant to approach him directly, but there's no denying that having Master Fortuno on our side would tip the balance in our favor. Very well, we will pay a visit to the Levieur estate and plead our case. One last thing before you go. I would consider it a personal favor if you might share with me the discoveries you make in the void. My appetite for knowledge is every bit as insatiable as yours, I'd wager. So if you could see your way to indulging an old man's curiosity. Of course, Scholar, we will be sure to pass on any revelations. Oh, he missed it. Mistress Kene'zi, Mistress Stola, how may I be of assistance? I've come to speak with Master Fortuno. Is he home by any chance? Yes, the master is in residence. I shall inform him that he has guests. Well, Emelians would invite you inside for tea, but I assume this is not a social visit. You have some manner of import to discuss. Then pray proceed, you have my full attention. Oh, I suppose I should praise you for following the proper protocols this time around. Scholar Monteshan expressed much the same sentiment. I assure you we will not attempt to circumvent the forum's authority again, unless it is absolutely necessary, of course. Of course. You do understand that the restricted archives are restricted for good reason, yes? If no pressing need exists, then why risk the consequences of employing this forbidden knowledge? For a brother who misses his sister. She was his guardian and his friend. A selfless hero who crossed the rift between worlds to save her homeland from horror and suffering. But the brother has given up on thoughts of reunion. He spends his efforts elsewhere, watching over a people yet healing from the flames of the final days. Loyal to his duty while betraying the longing in his heart. 'Tis no vital mission, perhaps, reuniting these siblings, but it feels a worthy cause to pursue all the same. As one who feared losing his own loved ones, and spent years in research to prevent it, surely you appreciate how painful such a separation must be. Reflections are still very much a mystery to us. Offering to share your experiences in the first should constitute a fair exchange for our cooperation. Do not celebrate just yet. The Forum must still be convinced. I will add your requested list of today's deliberations, and deliver the decision to you at the Baldessian Annex. Here we are, the Baldessian Annex. Never mind. So, what did the Forum decide? To put it bluntly, Master Matoya has burned some bridges here in Charlian and salted the earth for good measure. When it became clear that her student was the petitioner in question, well, no few members voiced their discontent. Then the chamber was reminded, in no uncertain terms, I might add, of this incredible debt we owe to you and your companions. That served to silence the grumbles and stiffen a few spines. And it was agreed that allowing you entry to the archives was the least we could do in return. That is wonderful news. Thank you both for speaking on our behalf. Yes, well, I'm sure you are aware permission was not extended lightly. Forbidden knowledge is to be treated with utmost caution, and there will be repercussions if it's not. I wish you well in your endeavor, and I bid you good day. Ever the same, that one. Uncompromising. Aye, but that very stoicism is exactly what Charlie needed to guide it through not one, but two exoduses. If I were but 5 years younger, I'd cast aside my lectern and join you on your adventures in a heartbeat. That went rather well, I think. As a child, I dreamed up any number of schemes for getting my hands on these forbidden tomes. And now I can simply walk in through the door. Our focus will be on finding House Demia's research notes, of course, but the thought of so much knowledge at my disposal felt at me feeling a little giddy. And that is where we'll leave it for today. Welcome back, Kene'zi. Ready for a nap? And now it's time for me to find a spot to find out if there's someone to raid. time to run away. I want to go to sleep, so. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It's almost 12:30. Let's go say hello to Lithium Fox, who is racing. See you all over there. Good night.